For the longest time, there was a bug in Chrome and Firefox where the server will send a GOAWAY frame, but Chrome will have no clue what that is. But what would happen is Chrome will just say, what the heck is this? I don't know what the heck is this. So it will continue generating new requests on the same connection. And these new requests will fail because the server will say, wait a minute. Why are you keep sending me new streams and new requests? What are you talking about? You gotta stop. Stop. I told you to stop. So it will just reject. HTTP2 is different. There's a single connection. And I talked about HTTP2. Check out my video on that topic. And I'll also reference it as in the podcast if you're interested. You can listen to that. But essentially, HTTP2 is a single connection, multiple streams. So if a client sends a stream, if a client wants to send a request, it will create a stream and number it and label it with an odd number. So the first stream is 1, the second stream is 3, the third one is 5 and 7 and 11, 9 and 11 and so on. That's how the clients created a stream. And the server created streams starts as even. They're very rare because the only option for server HTTP2 streams are the HTTP push, which has been permanently disabled. I would say indefinitely maybe disabled. I don't know if it's gonna be enabled at all. It's just problematic and it says like, let's not do it. You can create if you want to send a new request, just create a new stream and send it. It's the same pipe, it's the same connection, but you can send a lot of requests. Now, how many? That's a problem. We didn't have an HTTP 1.1. In HTTP 1.1, we had a pool. We have a beautiful connection pool. It's pretty. It used to limit us. And a badly behaved page may request 100 resources, but those will trickle in HTTP 1.1 6 at a time to the backend, and the backend can handle 6 at a time per user. That's fine. But what does it mean in HTTP 2? In HTTP 2, there is no such limit. There is no such pool in the client side. There is a maximum concurrent stream that can be negotiated between the server and the client. The server say, hey, here's the maximum number of concurrent streams, i.e., if you have, this is how many streams can be open at a given time, which kind of, you can think of it as stream as a request in HTTP 2. In this particular case, it's the same. Now, gRPC overloads that and uses it for bidirectional stuff and way more features, but let's keep it simple. Request response. We love that stuff. So that default is, I think it's 100, sometimes 200, but 100 is still a lot. So that is why, if you ever run into this problem before, I mean, when HTTP got popular, the moment you switch HTTP 2, it's just a bit that say, hey, server now supports HTTP 2. You just advertise that in your ALPN during TLS. And the client, Chrome's of course supported, your websites, all of a sudden, sometimes you start seeing failures. Why? Because the client will just send request. There is no pool anymore. There's just, oh, I can send 100 requests. When I used to send 6 at a time, I can send 100. It will just send. There is no queue anymore for a connection pool. It doesn't exist. It's one connection, and we can send all these requests at the same time. And what happens is backend started getting overloaded by just turning that bit. Many examples on the web, you can see this. And of course, the solution is add more hardware to the backend, spin up more servers. That works. But without understanding the core of the problem, you'll be left wondering what happened. And to me, that's not the way I work as an engineer. I always want to get to the bottom of things. And shameless plug, if you want to understand the fundamentals of backend engineering, head to backend.win and understand the fundamentals. It's always good to understand these things because it feels good. You're not blind anymore. So then, we have a problem with this now. So initially, the servers, how does the server or the backend tell the client to chill, to stop sending a request? In HTTP 2, there is a graceful shutdown way, and that's called GOAWAY frame. It's a setting frame, just like how the server tells the client, hey, let's use 100 concurrent stream. Hey, this is the window size for this stream. Hey, this is the maximum number of concurrent stream. You can send, as a server, you can send to the client GOAWAY frame. And in it, you include the last stream number that you promise will be processed. Anything above that, you're telling the client that, hey, I cannot promise that I'm going to process more. For the longest time, that was like 2017, 2018, right? When HTTP 2 started being popular. And for the longest time, there was a bug in Chrome and Firefox where the server will send the GOAWAY frame, but Chrome will have no clue what that is because it didn't implement that feature yet, or it didn't implement it correctly. And I'll reference the bug number if you're interested. It is, actually, for those interested, it is 40555-364. That's a Chrome bug, if you want to go back and read that. But essentially, you would receive the GOAWAY frame. Let's say the client sent 50 requests. That is whatever the last stream ID. Let's say it's I'm going to make it simple, 101, right? So that's the 101 stream, because remember, it's always odd number. The server will say, hey, 101, GOAWAY 101. That means it will tell the client that, hey, the last stream I'm going to promise to process is 101. Anything above that, I'm going to shut down this connection. Please go away. So don't send me anything new. But what would happen is Chrome will just say, what the heck is this? I don't know what the heck is this. So it will continue generating new requests on the same connection, starting from 103, 105, and it will just go. It will send requests. And these new requests will fail because the server will say, wait a minute. Why are you keep sending me new streams and new requests? What are you talking about? You gotta stop. Stop. I told you to stop. So it will just reject. And reject just basically by ignoring, right? And it depends on the implementation of the server. Would the server reject it? Would the server actually respond with a failure? Would the server just ignore it and keep the client waiting? All sorts of unexpected behavior happened. And it was a chaotic time. And you can still see this error in console. If you have like a certain application that sends a lot of requests, sometimes you see these errors with badly implemented backend or badly implemented clients. You can see this. So what happens is the other bug was not only we kept sending requests, those requests were never retried. So even if Chrome said, oh, go away, oh, that connection is going to shut down, let me create a new one, you would create a new one and you would go to the server and you will you will create new streams, which will be okay because that's a brand new connection. As the old connection is gone, the new connection with the new stream should be processed. But guess what? Chrome and Firefox were not retrying the requests that were higher than 101, which technically failed. It would just move on. And what would that lead? It will lead to a broken page. Your page will be broken. Either something will not load, a CSS file will not load, or a JavaScript file will not load. And then, of course, if the whole page is broken because one resource did not get processed. You see how complex this can get, right? If the standard was not implemented. But if all parties behave, a GOAWAY frame will be received. And of course, the client, there is a race condition here that can happen where the client can receive the GOAWAY frame later because of network delays. And then it's already too late. It already sent a bunch of requests after the 101. In that particular case, the client is responsible to, of course, gracefully shut down the connection. So, all right, a GOAWAY has been received. A connection close has been initiated. So let me see, like, oh, crap. I sent a bunch of requests on this connection that is after 101, after the server told me that this is the last stream. So I better retry those. And you can just gracefully restore yourself. How cool would that be? To gracefully restore your application and make everything works.